One of the other drills we like to do to warm up with our long sticks, our two ways, and our face-off guys, the drill we call zone clearing. Basically, it's a competition. Teaches them to clear their hands, get open with a guy on them, and reinforces working in those tight spaces when you're picking up a ground ball in front of the net. You're trying to break out the guy on you and locate you in transition. So the way the drill starts is in this setup, we basically have 2-on-2 here, 3-on-3 here, and 2-on-2 here. So there's 3 zones. In zone 1, like I mentioned, it's 2-on-2. In zone 2, it's 3-on-3. And in zone 3, it's 2-on-2. So basically what we use is the restraining line to the hash is zone 1, the hash to the hash is zone 2, and the hash to the other restraining line is zone 3. So within those zones, like I said, this is how you can set it up. You can really set it up however you want with your blue versus your white or whatnot. So in this scenario, X will start with the ball over here, and basically you have to reach each zone and then to the end zone. So basically you have to complete a pass to the next zone, to an open man, to the next zone, and then that person has to run it out. So basically what you're doing is you're teaching these guys on the inside to have to break out, to get open, to usually saw they're coming off picks. It really gives you a little bit of offensive flair to your defensive side of the ball. So once you reach this end zone, it's a point for X, and then white gets it, or O gets it, who would be white in this case. If X is blue, it goes back the other way. So you keep score. You can play to 11. It gets really competitive with the guys, being in each other's hands. And if the ball's on the ground and they turn it over, the other team starts up going right back the other way. So it's conceptually almost like a football setup. It's a drill that Coach Pollock from the lacrosse, from the soccer world gave us. And we kind of tweaked it to look this way. But the principles of the drill, you can't go higher than restraining line, and you can't go lower than goal line extended, and you use these 3 zones. So you'll see it tonight. It gets very competitive.
So one of our last stick drills, which is also kind of a, moving in space, clearing your hands, under pressure and delivering the ball in tight quarters. We like to call this our zone clearing competition. So basically you have 3 zones from the restraining line down the alley to the hashes, and then you have basically the hash to the hash right down the middle of the field, and then the opposite hash to the opposite restraining line. So there's 3 zones, and basically once you get into that 3rd zone and clear that 3rd zone, it's almost like a touchdown. So right here, we set it up 4-on-4, where you can vary how many guys you want in each zone. Right here you can see, white's putting two guys in the middle and 1 on the outside in each hash, and obviously blue will match that. So you're playing 4-on-4, 5-on-5. So you're throwing 10-yard passes, 15-yard passes. The guys breaking out. They're obviously trying to get open. They're trying to move the ball to the next zone. So it's very difficult because obviously you're trying to navigate a lot of pressure, a lot of pull. So mimicking this in practice and playing for points is obviously a good competition drill for the guys, but it also makes game situations easier when short stick attackman is riding them. It's going to be a lot easier, and if they're used to pulls and a lot of pressure and obviously tight spaces. So you can see where those cones are set up now are the zones, and essentially what we'll do now is we'll start with the ball at 1 player. If we start with white, they have to clear it, 2 zones and through that last zone for a point. And we'll play to, 7, we'll play to 10, depending on how much time we have. And again, you can change the variety to as much, you can go 3-on-3 and have 1 guy in each zone of each team, or you can obviously go as many as, 5 or 6 if you really want. So again, this is a drill that Coach Pollock brought to us, which, again, it's going to challenge the guys to be able to move without the ball, get open, clear their hands, communicate, give good targets. So, you can see it's going to be hard, moving from zone to zone. So you got to move, you can't carry the ball into the next zone. You can only push it. So, the guys have to get creative, so you got to throw really tight window passes. So now you can see white moves it into the middle zone.